Stop scrolling. If you're planning to study in the UK and you have been called for a pre-CAS interview, this video could save your application. Hello, welcome to Overseas Admit. Do you know every year students get rejected not because they have low grades, not because they don't have funds, but because they fail to answer simple interview questions confidently. And the worst part, most of these mistakes are completely avoidable. So in this video, I'm going to take you through all 10 sections of the pre-CAS interview. We'll cover the most common questions universities ask, the answer they expect, the mistakes that lead to your rejection, and the exact preparation strategy we use with our students. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to answer confidently and prove that you're a very genuine student. So grab a notebook because this is not a video you want to watch casually. So let's get started. The first thing students ask is, why have I been selected for a pre-CAS interview? What does that mean? Many students panic because of this. They think that something is wrong with their visa application. But that's not true. A pre-CAS interview does not mean rejection. In fact, it is a normal part of the admission process for many universities in the UK. The university wants to verify one thing. Are you a genuine student? They want to make sure you have researched your course, researched your university, understood your future plans, and genuinely intend to study in the UK. The interview is usually conducted in English. So they are not only checking your answers, they are also checking your communication skills. The four major areas they focus on are your background, your study plan, your future career plans, and your finances. If you're honest, prepared, and confident, there is absolutely nothing to fear for. This slide is probably one of the most important in the entire presentation because interviewers can tell within the first 5 minutes whether you have prepared properly or not. Let me give you an example. Imagine the interviewer asks, have you attended any university webinar? And your answer is no. Then they ask, have you watched any videos about the university? Again, no. Then they ask, have you reviewed your course models? And again, no. Can you see the problem? You don't look interested in the university. You look like someone who randomly applied. But before your interview, make sure you watch university's video, join student communities, read your course modules, research about accommodation, understand your offer letter completely, whether it's conditional or it's unconditional. Students who do this naturally sound more confident because they actually know what they are talking about. Preparation creates confidence. Remember that. This section looks easy, but surprisingly, students make mistakes here. The interviewer may start with simple questions like, what's your full name? What's your student ID? What's your passport number? What's your date of birth? Who's helping you with your application? The questions are not difficult, but interviewer is observing how confidently do you respond. One question that almost always appears is, tell me about yourself. Don't give a one liner answer, structure it properly. Start with your name, then your city, your education, your family background, your hobbies, and last, your future goal. Practice your introduction at least 20 times before the interview. You should be able to answer without hesitation. Now let's talk about your university. This is where many students lose confidence. The interviewer may ask, what is full name of your university? Where is it located? Which campus will you be studying at? What's the exact course name? Never use short forms. For example, don't say UEL. Instead say University of East London. This sounds professional and prepared. Another important point, many universities have multiple campus. So if your offer letter mentions a specific campus, memorize it. The interviewer expects you to know exactly where you're going with the postal code as well. After all, you're spending thousands of pounds to study there, so you should know the basics. This section is extremely common. The interviewer will ask, how did you choose the UK? Why did you choose the UK? Why this university? Now, please don't say because my friend recommended it or because I want to settle abroad, I watched it on YouTube. These answers can create problems. Instead, focus on academic reasons. Talk about UK's globally recognized education system, its shorter course duration for masters, industry focused learning, research opportunities. Then explain why is this particular university stood out for you. Mention ranks, accreditations, faculty, course modules, facilities, and here's a pro tip. Research at least two universities because many interviewers may ask you why didn't you consider other universities? So be ready for that question. This is probably the most important section of your entire interview, and honestly, this is where many rejections happen. The interviewer wants to know why are you choosing this course, and how does it connect you with your previous education or work experience that you have had in your own country. If your course matches your academic background, then great. Explain the connection clearly. Talk about the subjects that you have already studied. Talk about the skills that you have gained. If you're changing fields, you need a stronger explanation. Don't simply just say I'm interested in this field, because that's not enough. Instead, discuss the industry demand, job opportunities, career growth, specific companies, job roles. The more evidence you provide, the stronger your answer becomes. Let's talk about your course now. You must know the duration, the fees, the scholarship, the deposit paid, and most importantly, the modules. Many students know only two or three modules. That's a mistake. The interviewer may ask, what subjects will you study in year 1? What about year 2 and then year 3? If you don't know the modules, it raises doubt. Remember, a genuine student researches their course thoroughly. Go through every module listed on your university website, understand what you will learn, and connect those modules to your future career goals. If you have an academic gap, don't panic. Gaps are not automatically a problem. Unexplained gaps are. The interviewer simply wants to know, what were you doing? Were you studying, working, taking certification, helping a family business, or had a personal emergency? Whatever the reason is, explain it honestly. If you have work experience, connect it with your chosen course. So show how the course will help you gain additional skills and move forward professionally. Always remember one thing: every year of your life should have a logical explanation. This section is extremely important. The interviewer wants to know your long term plans. One question that often appears here is, do you plan to work in the UK? Now, listen carefully. Your primary purpose must be education and not work. Explain that your focus is completely on your degree. Then discuss your future plans in India. Mention some specific jobs, roles in India, specific companies, your expected career growth, your expected salary. Show that you have thought seriously about your future in India. The more realistic your plan sounds, the stronger your credibility becomes. So many students ignore this section, and that's a mistake. The interviewer may ask you how much money is required for living expenses, how will you travel, which airport will you arrive at, how far is your university from the airport, how much will transportation cost. These questions check whether you have planned your journey or not. A student who has researched travel and living arrangements appear far more genuine than someone who says, I haven't checked yet, always have a plan. So on this screen, you can see the living expense if you're applying for universities which is in London, or if you're applying for the universities which are outskirts of London. The interviewer may ask, where will you stay, university accommodation or private accommodation? Know the exact costs. Know the distance from campus. Know your monthly budget, food, transport, mobile bills, stationery, everything. A very weak answer is, I'll decide later. A strong answer is, I have researched university accommodation and it costs approximately this amount per month. Specific answers create confidence. This is one of the most sensitive sections. The interviewer wants proof that you can afford your studies. Know exactly who is sponsoring you, their profession, their annual income, your tuition, how your tuition fees will be paid, and how your living expenses will be covered. Don't just memorize blindly. Understand your financial documents, because follow-up questions are very common. A confident students know their finances, and unprepared students struggles here. Congratulations, you have now covered all 10 sections that commonly appear in your pre-CAS interview. Take a screenshot of this slide, save it, print it if necessary, and use it as your preparation checklist. Go through every section repeatedly until answer becomes more natural. Remember, confidence comes from preparation. If you found this guide helpful, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also, comment below with your university name and course. I'll personally read the comments and we may create a dedicated preparation video for your specific universities in the future. Most importantly, start practicing today. Don't wait until the day before your interview. The students who prepare early are the students who succeed. Thank you for watching, and I wish you all the very best for your pre-CAS interview and your journey to the UK.